The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at Ablesys. Welcome to the webinar, and we'll jump right in and take a look at the latest Able trend signals. It's really been nailing some great moves. I get some really nice feedback from everyone, and I'm here to help. So most importantly, anybody on a trial right now, I'll gladly do a one-on-one trading session, because without that, it's just kind of a waste of money. I don't want anybody to waste their money. It's ridiculous. I wouldn't want to. So I'll gladly do that for you. We'll do a little, 15-minute one-on-one trading session. And I think you'll find it real helpful, because I can show you a lot more in 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, when we're one-on-one together than you can try and do on your own in a whole month. That I can assure you. So really been getting some nice signals. Really been helpful. The intraday's been real good. This afternoon got real choppy, but this morning and yesterday were pretty fantastic. So let's jump in and take a look and see. I like the longer term, especially for like retirement accounts, because many people use AbleTrend for the longer term. Trading stocks or ETFs in retirement accounts or any account that you like. And we've been getting some pretty clear-cut, obvious signals. And you can see way back here, a year and a half ago, this is a weekly, monthly of the S&P 500, which is basically the stock market. And what I like to do in my own accounts is, on these pullbacks back to support, notice the prices hit support and, kind of bounce off of it. Hits it again, bounces off of it. And these are great places, because the Able trend signal is still on a buy signal from back in May of last year. That's a year and a half ago. It's just amazing. It's kept us in this entire trend, coming out of the big news of the pandemic at that time. It's just kept us in the trade, and there were huge pullbacks along the way, as we all know. With Able trend, if you were a very disciplined trader, you followed the chart, you made a ton of money, and I mean really good money. Now you say, what about over here? It went under the blue dots. Yeah, but it only closed right there. It's got to close under the third lower row of blue dots. And even if you use the second, it's basically the same thing. It's got to close under that row of dots before I would exit my trade. And it never did. So we're still in the trade. And I brought this up 2 weeks ago, how we had an absolutely textbook perfect sweet spot right there. Blue bar touching a blue dot. After a pullback from green going into blue, green means sideways and blue means we got an uptrend coming. That's just absolutely textbook perfect sweet spot right here. I mentioned that 2 weeks ago, and the S&P SPY was at 446. That's at 456 today. So call option traders, which is basically what you'd use this for, hit themselves a nice chunk of money here in the last 2 weeks. But I use it for adding to, ETFs, which is what I like, or stock positions. You're only going to get maybe 1 or 2 trades a year this way. So it's great for IRAs and retirement accounts. Now you've got NVIDIA here, which I brought up last week. And we had a brand new Able trend buy signal on it a week and a half ago. You can see the weekly has been on a buy signal for months. These are all weekly buy signals, arrow, blue, up. But we had the new blue bar right here about a week and a half ago. The price was right around 219, we'll call it 220. We had a nice little pullback on this day here. It got down to about 221, so, close enough. And, this was on the Able trend win tick report. So anybody who, kind of followed that trade there, got in around 221-ish. It's at 245 and change today. Well, again, call option on that one. You have $23 on the price of the stock. If you got a call option, that's 10% about on the price of the stock. You got a call option, you could be up 30 or 40%, because it's at least double of what you would be on buying shares. If you had call options, You're at least double or triple, let's put it that way. At the very least double. So just a sweet trade right here and still in the trade. Now, you're not going to get into it now, obviously. We never chase after trades. And by the way, this is one big, gigantic no trade zone. So in this extreme choppiness, I love the no trade zones, especially for the intraday, because it keeps us out of trouble. When the markets get really choppy and the rest of the world is getting killed, we're going to lose too. But we're going to lose half as much as everybody else. Every other indicator, we're only going to lose half because we have to have 3 time frames, 1 minute, 2 minute, and 3 minute agree. Otherwise, no trade. It's a really simple system. It's just not so hard for everybody to follow it. And that has nothing to do with Able Trend. Day trading is just not for everybody. But this is for the long term here, and wow, that's a sweet looking trade right there. I mean, that's some big money right there. That's really, really nice. And all you have to do is just follow the signal and do what it says. No human brain can compare to this. 3 time frames and 3 algorithms, doing all these calculations. Don't try and beat it. Don't try and outfox it. Don't try and do better than it, because you can't. I trust me, you can't. Nobody can. I can't. I can't even come close to outdoing it. So don't fight it. Just do what it says. It's working great for 20 years. Not 20 days, 20 years. Just got to do what it says. And that's the hard part. I totally understand that. So here's UPS. This one came in last week. Able Trend buy signal right there. Boy, is that a perfect textbook right there. Blue daily buy signal. Blue weekly came in week before. You got the blue Able Trend hidden support dot right there. It's just absolutely perfect. Let's see how you did if you took that trade. You're probably going to trade options. It's $193 stock on that day. So more than likely you're going to buy call options. But if you want to buy shares, great, go for it. Able Trend doesn't care how you trade. We're just going to give you very accurate, low risk signals. You take it from there. Well, next day, kind of flat again. You had 2 more chances if you missed the beginning of it. This was on the win ticker report last week. If you missed the beginning of it, great. You had another chance the next day and the next day. That's terrific. You had 3 chances because it didn't go up yet. And as long as it doesn't go higher, and even if it went lower, that's even better. I like to walk into a store or somewhere and pay a cheaper price than what it would have been a few days ago or a week ago. I feel like I'm getting a deal. I love buying anything on sale. I don't want to pay more. I'm not going to go buy a $25,000 car today when it was $22,000 2 days ago. Not happening. Now look here. Next day, and today. Look at that. Is that amazing? 219 today. We got in at 197 a week and a half ago. I mean, according to the Able Trend signal, if you simply did what it says, you got to have discipline. You got to be like a robot. You just got to be like a mechanical machine. No thinking, just do what it says. You can't outsmart it. Nobody can. So you can't beat them, join them. So nice trade right here on UPS. Good stuff, and just simply doing what it says. And it's not perfect. They'll be losing trades too. But the losing trades are so much smaller. So let's jump in and take a look at the E-minis. Yesterday, great day. This morning, great. I mean, big money yesterday and this morning. This afternoon, we gave some back. Well, let's take a look and see. Triple confirmation buy signal here. This is yesterday, a little bit after the open. Now, with the dots this far away, and again, 15 to 20 points, absolute maximum. Otherwise, you put your stop just 2 points above the top of the red bar. That's what I've been suggesting for years, and I stick with it. This way, if it gets stopped out, not going to get beat up, not going to get killed. Down it went. There's the 2 green bars. And as long as we can make at least 10 points, we put the stop 2 points above. Well, that worked out good. First trade was a winner. That's a sweet spot right there. And I'm working on something to help us alleviate false sweet spots or cut down on the incorrect sweet spots. So I hope to introduce that soon. Out on the blue bar. This is just one big gigantic mess. And it's an able trend, no trade zone. Red above, which is resistance. Support below, which is blue below, which is support. Any blue or red combination vertically up and down on the chart means stay away. It's going to be very unpredictable. Let those who don't have able trend, hey, that's on them. We know enough not to trade. Triple confirmation buy signal right there. And we're stopped out right there because there's the second lower row of blue dots. Right back in on the sweet spot there. And we make a couple points on that trade. Rolling right along. That's a nice one right there. And we don't have to use the bottom of the blue bar because the bottom of below the blue dot was close enough. It was only like 10, 12 points away. So again, if the dot's up 15, 20 points at max, just put your stop either 2 points under the lower of the blue triple confirmation bar, or like I showed you in the beginning, 2 points above the top of the red triple confirmation bar. It works so much better because it cuts down on your risk on the losing trades. Okay, there's the two greens. Stop out is 2 points below. And from there to there, we picked up 30 points for just a one lot trader. That's $600. Right back in again on the obvious sweet spot right there. Price came back down. The sweet spot means hit the blue dot. And if it comes within, a point or so of that, that's fine also. We're not going to get a magnifying glass out and get technical over this, especially if ES is in agreement. If ES, because I always watch ES and NQ at the same time, if ES also agrees, well, then that's for sure we're going to take it. So we get right back in over there on the next blue bar after a pullback to the blue dots. And that took off like a rocket right there. Here's the double green, and then a couple of minutes later, stop that right there. Oh, we picked up at 35 points on that one. That's $700 for a one lot trader. Nice money right here. I mean, that's a lot of money. 600, then 7, that's 1,300. Coming off of the winning trade, the first trade. So, I mean, it was like 1,800, in the morning, just after the first couple of hours. Again, for just a one lot trader, not 5, not 10, just one normal standard lot. No trade zone there, and that's a losing trade. Now, again, notice the winning trade was 30, 35 points. The losing trade here, 10 points. And then, of course, obvious triple confirmation buy signal again. And that's what you want to see on your chart right there. You're in. Right there, especially if it closes above the red resistance, you're in. Stop's just going to go up, 1 point under the lower of the blue dots. But if it's more than 15, 20 points away, we're just going to put it then just 2 points under the bottom of the blue price bar. And then, as you can see from here, going slowly up, 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 up. There's two greens. Stop goes 2 points below. Out at 530, in at 004, let's call it 05. Another 25-point winner. That's another 500 on top of the 17, 1800 going into it. So, I mean, yesterday was just unbelievable. I wish every day could be like that. And look over here. We stayed out of this entire sideways market. It's a classic, obvious, no trade zone. No trade. Stay out. If it's blue and red, unless you don't have all three indicators, which is all three time frames. Big arrow, small arrow, and dot all have to be the same color. Now you can use dots, you can use arrows, you can use X's. It's all the same thing. It just depends on whatever you want to use. In Able Trend, you can do whatever you like. I use arrows and dots. Totally up to you from there. Short trade right there. Double green right there. Again, we have to make at least 10 points on this trade, and we make 15. That's another 300. It was well over a $2,000 day. And even if you got 3/4 of that, or most of that, that's fine. That's great. Well done. But it was easily for a very disciplined trader who's like a robot and strictly follows the able trend signals and a couple of little guidelines that I'm speaking of as far as where to put your stops and the 2 green bar stop loss. I mean, no reason not to make a couple thousand yesterday for a 1-lot trader. If you're very serious, not everybody's a serious trader or very disciplined, and that's a whole different ball game. But Able Trend gave it to us. It painted a nice, clear picture, which is exactly the purpose and the reason Able Trend works so well. It painted a nice, clear picture of what to do. You and I, we have to take the trade. I mean, we have to act on it. That part the software can't do for us. That's up to you. But if you're a very serious day trader, there's nothing even close to it. There's proof right there yesterday. If you don't use Able Trend or you didn't use it, well, compare your other signals or your normal trading method to Able Trends. See what works better for the 30-day trial or the next few days or however long you have it. Obviously, that you want to have whatever works best, whatever makes us the most money. Clearly that's what we all want to have. So today, really long price bar. Boy, do I hate those. But, that's the signal. So, again, you or I, we can't control the market. All we can do is, take what it gives us. And there's usually only a couple of big moves a day. Most of the day, the market's flat, choppy, sideways. That's why these no trade zones are so important. They keep us out of trouble. No other software program has that because it's exclusive to us. These are our algorithms, Able Trend's algorithms. So we had a nice little buy signal right there. There's the double green after we were at least 10 points in profit. We were 22 points in profit. And a couple of minutes later, we're stopped out. So first trade is, 20 points. Again, a 1-lot trader, that's 400. It's a good start. Problem here was we didn't have a chance. We didn't quite have a chance to get in. That's really, really, boy, on the borderline. That's where it takes a little bit of trade savvy, I guess you may want to call it. It was 1 point is certainly fine. That was a 1.5 points, it looks like. Oof, 20, 21. Yeah, boy, it was 0.75 is exactly what it was. So you say, well, what do I do there? I mean, do I get in? Don't I get in? It's, I always say a point, and, if you want to stretch it a little bit, that's okay. We're not going to get, I don't like to get overly technical. You got to give yourself a little bit of, slight bit of room. So you say, well, what do I do there? Because it's not a point. Point is certainly valid. It's a 0.75. So it's a little over a point. I look at ES. And if it's ES is in agreement, which it was, take the trade. If ES, because many stocks of ES is the same as NQ. So if one's going higher, pretty much the other one is. So if ES is also going higher, I take the trade. Everybody has different risk tolerance. It's up to you. But that's how you handle it if it's just a little over that 1 point, threshold. That's what I do. I look at ES. And if ES is also, which it was, clearly in an uptrend at that time, it's okay to go for it. And that turns out that would have been a real home run there. Okay, losing trade here. Again, stock just goes just a tick under the small blue dot, so it was a small losing trade, but it was. Triple confirmation short right there. Again, another small loser because we're putting the stop just 2 points above the top of the red bar. Why? Because the close of this red triple confirmation bar and the red dot, support dots, was 25 points away. Way too much. Not interested in the 25-point stop. So just put it 2 points above the top of the red bar. Now your stop's only 12 points. Ooh, I like that a lot better. That's more manageable. That's fair. Now we had an obvious triple confirmation sell signal right there. Shot down real quick, which was great, but then it also shot up quick. But we captured most of that profit because we're out, again, 2 green bar exit or 2 green bar stop. Out at around 30, we got short at 50. We picked up another 20 points, 400 for a 1-lot trader. Sweet spot. Sweet spot is actually right there. That's it. The sweet spot is right there. And that turned out nice. There's a double green. Stop out there. And that was another 25 points. So it was there. What, this morning, yesterday, fantastic. Just, I mean, big money, thousands in a day and a half for just a one lot trader. And you got to do that because last week was a losing week. I tell it like it is. You're going to hear the winners and the losers. You hear it all from me. Don't sugarcoat anything. That's the way I want to be treated. Just be fair about it. Obviously, we know there's no perfect system. There's going to be losing trades and losing days, of course. But, you get a day like yesterday and a morning like today. Boy, that made up for it and a lot more profit in our pocket after a choppy week last week. No trade zone there, and another winning trade right here. Triple confirmation, real clear cut, short bar, short red bars. Love entering on a short bar. That puts a lot more. It takes a lot of risk out of it for us. Really close to the red dots, that takes more risk out of it. This is like your textbook perfect triple confirmation trade. Short red bar, close to the red dots, 3 time frame agreement. Oh my God, we have odds stacked in our favor there. That was just absolutely textbook perfect. Double green, stop goes 2 points above. Double green again, pretty much the same spot. And we're stopped out there at 33. However, we shorted it at 78. That was 35 points profit. That Able trend gave to you, to me, and everybody who follows the software, trades with the software, and has the discipline to do what it says. That's the key to trading, because without it, it's a complete waste of money. That's why 85% of traders in the world, especially day traders, lose and blow out their accounts. They're trading on their emotions. If you've got Able trend, man, you've got a serious advantage. No trade zone there. Losing trade here. Again, the dots were 25 from the close of the red bar, the triple confirmation bar, to the dots was 25 points. I'm putting my stop 2 points above the top of the red bar. Well, we only lost 12 points on that, half of it. Boy, that cuts down that really cuts down on the losing trades. It keeps them manageable. We don't get beat up. And then it was real choppy because there's a trade right there. I lost a little bit on that one because there's the previous lower row of blue dots. Real small loss there, but it was. No trade zone. Oh, that's good. That helped. No trade zone. Well, that helped. Small loser because there's your second lower row of blue dots. That was like 3, 4. Let's stretch it to 5 points. And there's a triple confirmation short. Stop's just going to go 2 points above, and the same thing here. So it was a real good thing we had such a big winning morning because man, we gave like half of it back at least. The market just got stupid choppy. Same thing here. Again, stops just going just slightly above that red dot. Keeps the losses smaller that way. Nobody gets beat up. And then a good trade there. Again, stops just going right there, only because it's 25 points from the red dot, the close of that red bar. And then that took us into the 4 o'clock New York close, which actually is right in this area, right in here. So let's call it there. So out of 530 and in at 550. Okay, that was good. That was 20 points, which made up for the previous 2 losing trades. So that certainly helped. And that's how we trade the chart. The software paints a nice, clear picture of what's going on behind the scenes by way of the colors and the dots, and we just want to make sure the colors all add up the same color. I also like to look at ES. They don't have to be exact, but I certainly wouldn't want to see them opposite. And when you're hedgy on, a sweet spot or not sure what to do, check ES. If ES is in the exact same direction, then you take the sweet spot. Otherwise, back off. And the first sweet spot is usually the best one. Sweet spots are optionals. If you're going to take it, take the first one. And if you win on the first one, then you can take the second. But if you lose on the first one, absolutely you're done on sweet spots until the next trend, triple confirmation trend change. So I hope this was helpful. For anybody, we've got the, interested in purchasing, we've got the big super sale. We only do this once a year. It's only once a year. It's by far the best price because it's the biggest discount of the year. And then, January 1st prices go back up again. So anybody on a trial, again, I'll gladly do the one-on-one trading session. I'm offering that to you. You're not going to get any as much out of it as I can, in the entire month as I can show you in 15, 20 minutes one-on-one. I'm willing to do that to help you. So obviously I'd jump all over that if it was me. Anybody willing to help me, especially when there's money on the line, a lot of money. So anything I can do for you, feel free to stay in touch. I'm here to help. It's been a great week, start to the week so far. After a choppy last week, overall on the long-term trades, like I showed you earlier, oh man, the NVIDIA trade, look at the UPS trade from a week and a half ago. These are just making serious money. And boy, I mean, Ablesys traders are having a lot of fun with that. Here was the long-term S&P 500 trade, which was still in from a year and a half ago. It never once said to get out. So, just got to do what it says because it's just working great and really been a big help. So thanks for being here, everyone. You have our full support. Have a good night and stay safe.